Okay, for those people struggling with their homework, we've got A, B, C, D, E as a pentagon, 5-sided shape. Work out the area of A, B, C, D, E. So the first thing we're going to need to do is realise that we could split this into two shapes, and that'll give us a rectangle, CBED, and a triangle, ABE. Okay, so the first thing we can do is work out the area of the rectangle. That's that shape there. And that should be easy because we know the area of a rectangle is length times width. So we can do 8 centimetres times 4 centimetres, and that's going to give us 32 square centimetres. Centimetres times centimetres. So we've done the area of the rectangle. It's 32 square centimetres. We can then look at the triangle on the top, triangle ABE. So we'll look at this shape. And to do the area of the triangle, we're going to use our area of a triangle formula, which is area equals half times base times height. Okay, so we got half times base times height. We know from this dimension here the base of the triangle is 8 centimetres, but unfortunately we don't know the height. Okay, so we're going to need to find out that height before we can work out the area. So if we draw the dotted line that we've just put, we've got a triangle that's got a right angle here. Okay, so this is B, this is A, and this is the midpoint of the line BE. And the line BE, and E would be somewhere over here. The line BE we know is 8 centimetres, therefore B to this midpoint must be 4 centimetres, half of 8 centimetres. So we know that's 4 centimetres, ignore my cats fighting, and we know the hypotenuse is 5 centimetres. So we need to work out this height. Okay, so I think we need to use Pythagoras to do this. And remember, our Pythagoras theorem is that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that means the shorter side squared plus shorter side squared equals hypotenuse squared. So in terms of our triangle here, what's the hypotenuse? Well, 5 is the longest side. It's the side opposite opposite the right angle. So that's our C. And it doesn't matter which we label the others. So this could be A, and this could be B. Okay, so we could fill in our numbers. We've got A squared. Well, A squared is 4 squared plus B squared. B squared is the height that we don't know, so we could put B squared, we could put the height squared, that dimension here that we don't know. And we know that's equal to the hypotenuse squared, which is 5 squared. So we could simplify those squares. We could say 16 plus h squared is equal to 25. Okay, now we need to subtract 16 from each side. So we'll get h squared. The 16's gone. 16 minus 16, 0, equals 25, take away 16. Okay, which is 9. Right, so we know h squared is 9. So what we need to do now is square root both sides. So if we square root h squared, we'll be left with h. And if we square root 9, we get 3. Therefore that height is 3 centimetres. So we now know on our diagram here we've got 3 centimetres. And on our diagram here this height is 3 centimetres. So now we know the height, we're nearly done. We can now work out our area using our formula here. So we know the area is equal to half times the base, which for this whole triangle is 8. And the height of that triangle we now know is 3. So the area of the triangle is half times 8, which is 4, times 3. which is 12 square centimetres. Again, it's an area, square centimetres is our unit. Okay, so we know this area is 12 square centimetres. So, final answer to our question, work out the area of A, B, C, D, E. That's this area plus this area is our 32. 32 square centimetres, that was the rectangle, plus our 12 square centimetres, which was the triangle, which gives us 44 square centimetres, which is our final answer. 44 square centimetres. So the rectangle is easy, 4 times 8. The triangle, we realised we had to work out the height. We used Pythagoras to find that the height squared was 9, and therefore the height was 3. And then we could use our half base times height formula to work out the area of the triangle and add those two areas together. Okay, right, check through, make sure you're okay on that. On Friday, okay, you need to be doing that, and I may change the dimensions. Good luck.